Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Just body that freestyle. Buffalo Kids in the building. Don't Watch TV in the building. My guy, what's up?
What's the deal?
Welcome to the show today.
We in the building.
Fresh with the new Don't Watch TV tattoo.
Yeah, Sirski is scabbing like a motherfucker with his lid.
You got that in like the middle of a party?
Yep.
Like the party's going on around you and you just getting the tattoo.
You know what I mean? Live art. Give my man some shine. You know what I'm saying? They see you doing the party, tattooing a beautiful man. They like, yo, can you tattoo me? So it's dope. Dope shit. Some rock star shit.
Real rock star lifestyle.
It ain't like I'm tattooing my neck in the middle of the party. It was just my hand.
Tattooing your neck in the middle of the party would kind of be a little crazy.
That would be fucking serious.
Because all it takes is from one person to like be like, oh, I'm trying to go to the bathroom, and then like bumps the tattoo artist, and then you know you're.
And I don't need my man distracted while he like tattooing on my neck. Like this was easy. I just wrote my name and he put the joint on there and tattooed it. Something simple. You know what I'm saying? Just show the people I'm ready for the pain. We ready to take it. It's easy.
It was funny because before the interview, we were just like talking about shit, and you were about to like, Rob was like, wait, hold that for the interview.
Oh yeah, because you was talking about like timing, you know what I mean?
Timing and managing your time, and you was talking about you was about to drop something on like some gems on like the keys to success.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, timing is everything. So, but that is a key to success. I feel like knowing yourself, knowing when to be out, when to take it in, just knowing how to create your own internal, base of clocking in and clocking out. Like. You don't gotta always be on and shit. And New York is good for that because it's like it's never gonna stop. So you could either like run forever or you could like take a break and look at the shit for what it is and you know what I mean, collect yourself. I feel like that's necessary.
Take like the step back, look at it, and then go back to running.
Yeah, I mean, running your shit how you want to.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, and not being run by the system because it's like that's the thing. Either you running shit or shit is running you, and that's how you dictate your time. Like most motherfuckers is on somebody else's time, so they gotta be running that wheel. When you, I don't know, it's a lot of factors to it, but taking time into your own hands, believing in yourself, faith, all of that shit, going to it, but ultimately doing what you want to do with your time and bringing the shit to you that way. People running on your time. Like, all right, we wait. It don't start until you get here. So it's like, shit, that's where the money at.
It's funny you mentioned that. I literally just quit my 9 to 5 like yesterday.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's a huge step.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a regular 9 to 5 like what people made. It was like I was running social media accounts for Power 105.1. I've been doing that since I was 19. I'm 26. I'm like, by the time people see this, I'm probably 26. But I was just like, I'm like my on-air stuff, being a personality, being a talent on the radar. I'm like starting to take up like all that time that used to be taken up by like the 9 to 5. So it's like I can't keep doing that and then keep trying to progress with this and with being an on-air talent and like the best on-air talent in the country. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to like you have to give something up, and that's part of like the time management shit. It's just like you got to know when to clock in, clock out, and when to just be like, all right, cool, like. Be my own boss now.
Yeah,
you know
straight
what I'm saying?
up. You know what's for you when something is taking up time and it ain't giving you what you know what I mean, require back to keep moving.
Yeah.
That shit is like easy. Like, oh, all right, peace. And it's hard for some people because shit, we all a slave to something. It's just depending on what you want, what you're willing to work for. I know having a job is like, that shit is like, the hand, like the fucking, what's the training wheels on the bike type shit.
Yeah.
And it's like that at different levels because you quit your job, then you working for yourself. Everybody working for somebody is like taking more control of your time, you know what I'm saying, doing what you want. I feel like that's how you ultimately produce shit that people want because they see the time in the thing that you made. Like, damn, when did you have the time to do that? I work a job, I take care of this and da-da-da-da. It's like, how did you have the time to like create something to make people feel when most of the time motherfuckers is just moving, you know what I'm saying, not really thinking about that. So that's how I, with my art, I feel like that's helped me. My visual art has helped me to like take time into my own hands, like breathe through the shit that I don't know and like not stress as best as I can while still like, with the music, it's a different art voice because I'm just talking about how I feel about shit, but also channeling different shit. Like I like different music. I like talking to different people. So it's never just one voice I feel like I'm speaking to, even though I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's like something I can't erase that, you know what I mean, in my voice in terms of that. It's like shit, you could pick up all of this shit and learn how to use it as a tool to communicate. And hip hop is just like a phenomenon for that. And so is art, because you could just talk to anybody you want through this shit. So that's all I be on, man. Creating spaces to talk to people and have the conversations that like we might be moving too fast to have, but if you slowing down and looking at shit, you thinking about it and know that like we creating content that's answering questions that people have. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is dope.
So what came first to you, the art or the music?
I mean, shit.
Like the physical art or the music. Let me say that's a better way to say it.
I've always done art. I went to visual. I went to high school for visual arts. I don't really know what came first, cause like I always loved music. I always listen to music. I feel like I've been rapping ever since I could repeat a verse. You know what I'm saying? In terms of recording music though, or whether it was visual art was definitely first. I started drawing. I knew how to draw always before I ever recorded a track. You know what I mean? So that was always like the backdrop of my life, or like in me, just my visual eye, being able to make stuff. And music is just like the soundtrack for that, because it kind of push it and influence it a little bit. So to be making music is dope, because I'm getting to make how I feel, you know what I'm saying, and the things that I'm looking at and how I feel about them. So yeah, the art was first, because at the same time, that's where my perspective with music is from. It's not like, I don't want to just be like a rapper, you know what I mean? Like any type of rapper. I want to be I'm an artist, like fully. And so it's like when I think about the music that I make in terms of just making music, I'm really just like talking, and rapping is just like kicking it with people. But I'm like, I just want to make music, period. You know what I mean? Not put a label on it. And I'm honestly learning how that shit work with like, they create the labels in terms of like genre or whatever class you in to build association, so people can know like, oh, it's in this vein, or it's like this. If you like this, you would like this type shit. And it's the same thing with art, because motherfuckers would be like, yo, this remind me of this, or da 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 da. And that's just like a testament to the shit that I've seen, you know what I mean? And like my reference bank in terms of everything that I looked at that I like, and what I'm pulling from, and showing how well I'm like translating from that shit. Like, oh yeah, I bet you get it, because like that's what I've been pulling from, you know what I'm saying, in my own way, without like being corny, without just like copy paste type shit. Is like having a style, being able to like digest what something is saying and understand it fully, to like talk about that shit and explain it to other people, not just like regurgitating information and shit. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. So you really don't know where it all started, but like it all just kind of ended up happening side by side with each other.
Definitely started with the art. I feel like the music, it's different, because like I've always done art, but I never pursued art. Like I never wanted to be an artist. Like I always knew I was an artist.
Mhm.
So like me doing music was different, because I didn't know I could rap. Like I always wanted to, but I didn't know how my voice would sound on a mic. I didn't know that it would make sense until I started doing it. And then as I started doing the rap shit and seeing more shit for what it is, I feel like I leaned more. I took a break in terms of myself being in the space, and like had to create a different space for me to see, because it's like with the music shit, it's like that shit'll break you apart. It's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like musicians as a whole, not even just rappers, like musicians. I got friends that's classically trained musicians, and I watch them like shed themselves for the music. You know what I'm saying? Like they not even a person. They instrument type shit. And that's how I feel about just like everything in terms of expressing myself, whatever tool I use to express myself. When it's the music, I'm like, I'm the streets. I'm whatever I'm expressing. I'm like taking that shit in and giving it back. So it'd be like I had to find a space away from that where I was just like clear, and I could see myself and not like see all of these different things that like I might like and might go into my system of moving. And I feel like the art gave me a space to just get all that extra shit out of me without having to say nothing. Cause it's like when you rapping all day listening to beats, some shit you feel it ain't no words for. You know what I'm saying? It's only so many words that you could use to explain some shit to be like, all right, I'm feeling something unexplainable that I need to get out in a way that y'all might not understand. And if I don't get that out, I'm not gonna be fully able to do this shit, because this shit is crazy. And moving here, doing the music, I moved here 4 years ago and was just outside. Like I ain't want to be just like another rapper outside. I quit my job back home working construction, making good money, like doing all the shit that you're supposed to do to be like a person, I guess. And I knew I had to take that other step, like you said, like taking time into my own hands, taking my destiny into my own hands, and like being out here for the rap and for the music. But it's like on some realistic shit, I'm like, how am I about to support myself? And those is all of the things that led me to just like painting, you know what I'm saying? Just didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. Was outside, linked up with my man Haji, and we just was like dreaming. Niggas was just outside dreaming, and I don't know. The art is weird because like I don't be looking for nothing from it. I do it for me from my heart because I have to do it. So the fact that anything came from it, the fact that like people seen my little tag outside and fuck with the Don't Watch TV and what it stand for without even knowing me, or without having to know what it really stand for, is like that's amazing to
And
me.
what does it stand for?
I mean, shit. It mean be yourself. Like, don't. My rap name when I first started was True EV.
Right, which is how everybody refers to you, which is why I kept like when I was on to Castro, I was like Castro, like True and don't it's the same person, right?
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. He's like, I'm so used to calling him True. I'm like, no, I'm cool with it. I just want to make sure because like you keep mentioning True, and I knew you as Don't Watch TV, so I was like, what is going on? But it's True and then Don't Watch
yeah. I
TV.
originally started with True EV back in Buffalo and shit, and that was like my Jay-Z era rap name. You know what I'm saying? Like just some simple True EV. And then that means something to me too because I'm always true to myself. You know what I mean? When I moved to New York though, I feel like I reinvented myself. I found like my purpose in terms of why I'm doing the rap or why I'm doing any of this shit. Cause it's one thing to be a rapper and be like, I'm True EV, but like, what's your thing? You know what I mean? Having a thing, like, what do you stand for? What is it? What's the big idea? You know what I mean? And I feel like being outside is how I found what my voice was with the music and what I'm saying overall. Not so much like my voice, but like, what is my message? And it was Don't Watch TV because I'm like, I was kind of like killing the True EV idea and like don't watch that. You know what I mean? Watch the art. Like focus on what I'm doing and what's being produced and what the art is saying versus like when you a persona, people looking at you. You know what I mean? It's like you giving them something to attack and giving them something to like to critique and break down. By making it something that's more like it's like Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's open to being anything. It's like shit. Don't watch TV. That way they don't know what it is, and I like that because like it's people that know Don't Watch TV but don't know me. I mean that know Don't Watch TV but don't know me, and I think that's dope because it's like you know me if you know Don't Watch TV, but I could still like be regular and on some like
Right. People
humble
walk past
shit.
them in the street, they've heard your music, but they haven't made them not seen you yet.
Yeah, yep. On some like I want to be like actor. Actors be famous differently. Like they could still like engage with the world in a way where people get their thing enough to be like they just like they respect it. Like yo, I'm not about to walk up to this dude. Or when they do it in a way where it's like they understand the person outside of the art, and that's who they approaching rather than like yo Peter Parker. Da 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 da. It's like
Yeah.
do you see fucking the Spider-Man on the train? You just like Spider-Man. See you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I see people see me all the time, and it'd be humbling, honestly, because I ain't even did nothing yet. I have yet to do what I see myself doing. But for people that like have been following the journey, even from me fucking painting with paint markers to now I'm really with the spray cans. You know what I'm saying? Paint with spray cans on canvas. But just basically the whole evolution of Don't Watch TV. That shit is like it's amazing.
Word. And that's
Yeah.
Don't Watch TV. So from Buffalo, you moved here 4 years ago, right? So obviously when you were up there, like, obviously I seen you around with Esco, I seen you around with the Griselda guys, you tag Griselda records in like your videos. What is like the deeper connection there with you and like Griselda and Esco and all them?
Wes is the big bro. Wes is like the godfather of Buffalo, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the art community and the kids that's doing music. Shit, I met Wes in 2012 when he dropped his first tape around that time, and just I always been a big fan of him. Like it was like more mysterious at first because I never seen him before, but I was always just a big fan of what he was doing because I was representing the town. Me and Billy, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying in the city, East Side shit, and so it's like when Wes started to like rise and bring stuff about, I feel like it was giving confidence to the shit that we was doing at home in terms of the music and creating our own sound. Being in a small ass town, like a big town, small city type shit, where it's like, if you ain't in the city, ain't nobody listening to what you saying unless you getting some money and putting it in front of them. You know what I mean? So that's what Wes did, and he pulled us because he seen what was going on, kind of created his own little X-Men school of the, of the fucking gifted and talented mutants. And niggas is on shit. We on our Buffalo kid shit, just representing for we from where we from.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like with music, especially hip hop, because it's like that's black culture straight from the bottom, and it start with the kids and their voice. And I feel like ain't nobody heard really what the kids in Buffalo have to say. Like Wes and them broke it through for their generation, and that's speaking to the kid in them, to the OGs that's that age. But when they was kids, they was listening to that music. Cause when you speak into your time, it never get old. You know what I mean? Like them people gonna always want to hear music that sound like the music that they love, the shit that they love. And I feel like for us, you know what I mean? For my class of kids, the shit that we came up watching, I honestly came up watching my friends closer to anything, and they was watching like the ASAP movement and like Tyler and them and what they was doing. So, because I was really outside, you know what I mean, in the streets a little bit. So it's like when I seen my friends doing the music, Billy and them, like Billy was doing, I was a fan of Billy before I started rapping, like actively making music. And I was supporting that just on some shit, like trying to get myself out of the streets and away from shit, and then like around people that's doing something with the elements that pertain to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, shit, they rapping. I'm outside seeing this shit. This is dope. Like, let me see what y'all doing. And then it's creative on top of that. So I'm like, word. I'm like comfortable in this space. How can I be of service? Cause this is way better than being on the block or like, you know what I'm saying, in any of them spaces where you're not doing some shit that's like showing your shit, showing what you could really do. And then shit, you know what I mean? I feel like I just started doing it because between West and then feeling that space and feeling the need to like, yo, niggas need to hear and see what's going on, like what we doing. Cause if bro could do it, shit. And that's literally why I moved to New York. I'm like, if I'm Republic Records flew me out to LA, and like that gave me like the boost of confidence. Like, all right, if these motherfuckers in LA could hear what I'm saying all the way here, you know what I'm saying, or could pick that up however the fuck, SoundCloud, I'm like, I gotta move to New York. Cause like that's where everybody at, you know what I mean, in terms of ears and eyes. And like, if you want to go somewhere and test, it's this like the land of Oz, you know what I mean? If you want to really test your skills or whatever you want to do, you got to come here with like the fucking jungle and shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the gang. That's real family shit. Like Wes like my big brother. I love that man to death, just for what he doing for hip hop more than anything. Like my love for him don't got nothing to do with you know what I'm saying, anything that he's done for me. It's what he doing in his life. You know what I'm saying, on some respect shit. Cause I love the game. I love music, and that nigga never failed. You know what I'm saying? And just him as a person is dope.
Was it when you moved to New York? Is when you like kind of linked up with? I saw a few people from ASAP Mob. I know like Ill. I know you're cool with Ills and shit like that.
Yeah, definitely ganged in with the whole gang.
That was when you came here. When you came to New York, I'm assuming was when you like, linked up with some of the ASAP guys, right?
Yeah, that was like more through Haji. Like when I got with Haji, me and him began building. That's my bro. He from back home too. Like me and him knew each other when we was shorties. So when I knew him as Raymond. When I met him in New York as Haji, it was like both of our art worlds coming together and our visions. And so niggas was just dreaming on that. He was already linked up with them boys. So it was just like organic association, meeting niggas. It's like, oh, these real niggas. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to the whole ASAP mob. That's the family. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate what them niggas done did. Like, I feel like I ain't know the influence that whole time period or that whole movement had on the world or on people until I moved here and felt it and just seen like, oh, these niggas, you gotta do a lot of this shit crazy.
It was like a whole generation of people too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's amazing because I know that like I get the trickle effect from that, whether it was through my friends and seeing them get it, seeing them being, it's crazy how life works because like a lot of the stuff that I always knew that I could relate to or I felt like was me, I feel like I'm up close on it now and I'm with them people. And it was like from a place that like not wanting it or not like, oh yeah, I want to be it, da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh shit, that's me. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing it and just like, oh, where's that at? Because that I need to be there type shit. And then doing whatever, and then you'd be like, oh word. Like I kind of knew that we was going to end up having a conversation because I heard the conversations you was having and felt like we needed to have a conversation type shit. You know what I mean? Feeling like you got a piece of I feel like I got a piece of what's missing in this shit. You know what I mean? Not just like on no rapping, because I feel like it's more than that. It's like how you touching the people, how you talking to the people, what you doing that make them listen to your raps and see that shit and like see you and change some shit. Cause it be a lot of shit that's cool and I love it because it's like it's here, we fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna last that long. Like I ain't here to just be like, oh no, I want to be lit for 15 minutes. I'm like, I see the icons in the game. Like you can identify that struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do with this shit.
How do you try to like merge the art and like the physical art and your music? Like, have you found like your own way of seamlessly putting those two things together at once?
Uh, yeah, cause I don't know. I feel like it's easy in terms of that. Like I'm working with other people to find out like what's the whole shit, like the code, I guess, with the music business. But for me, tying it together, it feel easy because I wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the the art and the clothes, that's like a different thing because I feel like that's me putting my style in the world. It's like how I feel in the inside and being able to conceptualize that and fabricate it and show people, and that translate completely different because when people see it, everybody got to get dressed. It don't matter if you know how to talk or not. When you get dressed, that's a form of language because now people like they like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? You put that together, they want to hear what you got to say. They want to be close to you, and that's just like aesthetics in the world. If you could look good and shut the fuck up for long enough, somebody gonna want to hear what you got to say. And then from there, if you really got a plan and got a good head on your shoulders, I feel like the world is yours, you know? And for me, I speak through my art because I just be reflecting on the shit that I'm trying to be good with, like love, light, and life. You know what I'm saying? Keeping my mind, body, and spirit together. And it's consistent throughout my work, whether it's through color theory, fucking my little TV boy character who is my own personal inner child hero, you know what I'm saying? The things that I'm making to keep myself right. And I just share that with people like freely, you know what I mean? Knowing how much it's worth from myself. So it's like when they see that, it's like, oh shit, that's the money. Like I feel like the money. I look like the money. People want that, you know what I mean? And then to talk, that's just like my vibe. Like through whatever I'm feeling through any of the channels, like they could feel that, like, oh shit, this nigga feeling shit, you know what I mean, and expressing it.
Word. That's a good way to put it. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. I love this shit because like I get to use every part of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when you in the hood or in certain spaces, they try to make it not cool to be smart and not cool to be intelligent or not cool to like articulate your ideas. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to break the mold of how we've been brought up or taught and on some revolutionary shit. That's all I'm on. You know what I mean? And it goes seamless because then I get to work on myself and show the work and do that consistently and see track my growth. Every time I do a painting, it's like that's a self-portrait of where I'm at in that time. Same way as when I record a track, it's like that's me, like a diary moment for how I felt. And anytime I like listen to this shit, it take me there. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. I feel like that's like the magic of it, being able to feel enough and express that shit enough that it take people to where you feeling. You know, and that I fuck with the psychedelics too, so I know that's like a large part of my whole thesis, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to break the mind, you know what I'm saying? Break the mental shit, the mental rape that the world got on your mind and just do what the fuck you want to do. Period. You know what I'm saying? When people see that and feel that, that like that's life. It's like, you free? How did you do that? Can I get free too? Can I get free with you? Like we sharing that even through this. Like people want to come on here because it's like it's a chance for them to show themselves. You know what I mean? They can show themselves every day on their Instagram. They got the freedom to do that. But you creating a space that make them feel seen. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit is necessary and important. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. So music-wise, what are you working on right now? We got a couple projects that have been out.
Yeah. I'm on my
Earth is Fire, the single out now.
Yep. Earth is Fire that dropped on my birthday, 716 shit. You know what I'm saying? God had a plan for me because my birthday 716. I gotta represent for Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. I got albums in the cut in terms of how many songs I got in music because I've been making music for the past 4 years and just like learning. I've been in class for this is my graduation year. This is my senior year right here in New York City in terms of being in the mix of the shit and like knowing myself as an artist, doing all the different shit, learning from the bottom up, like because motherfuckers don't understand. Doing this music shit, it looks sweet, but like you gotta go through every single fucking emotion in your body and in your spirit to like to withstand it. You know what I mean? You got to be resilient, and I know that doing the work has helped me to maintain myself as a person, and then being able to do the art, whether it's being on set, PAing with Haji, doing art direction. Like I just been doing everything and watching all of this shit, and at the same time making music for how I feel about the shit that we doing. And we really outside. Like we really, I don't work with any of everybody favorite artists. Period. You know what I'm saying? Just on some real nigga shit. Like, yo, bro, we flip this like this. No, we gonna do this shot like this. Working with Haji, like watching him work at the highest level in the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? And just take it from all of that shit. And now I'm on rapid fire time. I'm ready to fucking like just put this shit out. You know what I mean? Put the music out. Cause I could die tomorrow. Like that's how I be thinking. I'm like, damn, I could die. I'm not about to die with a fucking phone or a computer full of music, you know what I'm saying? And I'm about to just put this shit out, let people know how I feel, get it going. I ain't looking for nothing from nobody but their ear, you know what I mean?
Right. So what are you putting out this year? Besides, I mean, what we already have out.
Yeah, I just dropped the free lunch joint, so that's like a
I think that dropped in. Oh, that dropped in June, so that's fresh out.
Yep, free lunch.
Did you make the artwork for that?
Yeah, made the artwork. All the art is like original shit. Whether
that's like a little TV guy. That's your.
Yeah, that's my little character, my little phantom. You know what I mean? The TV boy came from this movie. I got the idea from Beast of No Nation.
Oh wow, Beast of No Nation.
Yeah, it was a scene in the movie in the beginning that just hit me with the kids. They was walking around with a hollowed out TV. It didn't have a TV face in it, and they was like trying to sell the frame. And what they would do is they went up to the military police and they held the frame of the TV up to like life and was like, look, this is life. This is an imagination. They was selling an imagination box. They called it an imagination box. So you could look in the TV and see the people, and then they went behind the TV and was like fake changing the channel and behind it acting out different channels and shit. I just was like, damn, that is so fire. That concept of like the TV being an imagination box, because I like to play with the Dntwatchtv in this contradiction, because I fucking love TV. Like I was raised on TV, you know what I'm saying? The facts. A lot of my ideas I pull from TV when it comes to visual shit, and just like showing how, you know, shit can be real and fake at the same time, because it's meant to communicate an idea, and art just imitate life. It's just like skewed and shit. So I was like, shit, I forgot what I was talking about.
We're talking about music. We're talking about what you were. Oh, well, because we're talking about free lunch, and then I brought up the.
Oh yeah,
the guy,
the TV boy character.
TV boy on it.
Yep, the imagination box, and I love the character because I feel like that's just my superhero. That's me when I tap into the asset. I turn into TV boy. It's like I can channel through all of this fucking content that's in my brain, and then like be fucking 7 different people at one time through within the frames of the TV, you know what I mean? Like how Bumblebee used the radio for his voice. It's like the TV boy, he used the TV to channel the thoughts, and like the symbols with it is how, because I know it ain't nothing new. Like mad motherfuckers got like TV head characters or TV boy, whatever the case. I feel like my dude is like a combination of things. Like that heart, that lightning bolt, and the teardrop is me. You know what I mean? Love, light, and life. I'm a Cancer. Not that that means that's why I'm emotional, but I'm an emotional motherfucker. And like, that's why I make my art. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the water in my stomach, I wouldn't be nothing. And in my heart, like, just the things that I see, I know love is more than the words, like an action, like the things that make me move. And in my light, it's like, everybody got their own light, and we connected in that light. I know that one of my light, my light is one that show people they light, like it reflect people light, and it's like that's my little dude. That's me on the canvas. So I'm like working on building the story, the anthology with that, you know what I mean, with that character. That's where me and Wes work together, you know what I mean, building that TV boy idea. I feel like me and him working together and working with the Buffalo Kids is his way to show his creative ideas when it comes to like being a kid and the stuff that he want to do outside of Griselda and outside of the street association. It's like, you know what, let me fuck with the kids and put my energy into this, because that's me, you know what I mean? And so TV boys, I'm gonna make that little nigga bigger than Mickey Mouse, you know, when it comes to the kids and them seeing it and just loving the idea, you know what I mean, just the visual of it and being able to, I'm excited to build upon that and give it a voice, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So more projects on the way this year?
Did mad projects on
Mad
the
projects.
way.
You're unloading the whole clip.
Yeah, I mean, shit, the clip don't never, it ain't, you know how Erykah Badu say, I could be working on an album forever. I try not to like get into that zone of like, yeah, I'm working on this next. It's like I love to stay constantly working on things. So it's not never too much pressure or weight on any one thing. It's like we constantly doing drops. I'm constantly, you know, I can't wait to be performing more. So like that's the thing. And then to where it's like the music I can do the music on my own time organically because we already done built up so much energy for what people could see us doing. Whether it's like when the clothes dropping, when this dropping, it's like the artists that I love, they take that shit into their own hands and on their own time. And it's like the people that are looking at their music and want them, they patiently waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? Cult type shit. You know what I mean? So if you checking on it, it's coming. But you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta do the right thing. You gotta download that music. That's all it is to it. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, look, I appreciate you having you here today. I appreciate all the great words about art and everything. I feel like I got a lot of gems out of this interview.
Yeah, I know I was talking a lot.
No, it's good. I like when artists come to talk. Some artists don't talk at all.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
It'd be like that, yeah.
You gotta have like I like when people got good energy for the shit. It's like research and just actually having the energy and wanting to know. So, because I don't necessarily like doing interviews. I like talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Like interviews feel like a job interview. It feels stale and shit. It's like it ain't no room for stream of conscious and free thought. It's like durka 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 durka. Okay, and durka durka durka. I'm like, you know, what's your favorite color? What inspired you to be an artist? Like, come on now, you got to be a little bit more creative than that in this time. Like shit, you know what I mean? Especially since COVID made everybody an artist. I'm glad everybody realizing they art abilities and shit. I just know like when you doing something, it gotta be from your heart, you know what I'm saying, for people to feel it. If it's not, that shit gonna be in the trash somewhere. Real.
Word. Well, like I said, I appreciate you being here today, bro. Freestyle is out now, so make sure you go check that out. Before we sign off here for the day, let the people know they can follow you at. Anything else you want to let them know? This camera right here.
Hey now, I want you to know that you are beautiful, okay? You are worthy, okay? You are the fucking one in your story, and that's all it is to it. My name is Dntwatchtv. That's DNTWATCH-TV. We here with On the Radar Radio, and it's fucking lit, you dig? Buffalo kids in this bitch. If you fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, you dig? And it's lit.
Well, make sure you go follow him, go show him love, go run up the freestyle, go show him some love, go show him some support. Love and support is free, but you already knew that. Till next time, don't watch TV on the radar. My guy.
I do. Hell yeah.
Love.